For over half a century, Retchasaur has vomited radioactive vomit on dozens of cities in dozens of now called classic Japanese kaiju films. We'll talk to several of the creative minds at Torahota Studio who brought Retchasaur to life. Made a slew of films, yet Retchasaur stands in only third place, behind Godzilla, and how that's pissed them off. We'll see extremely rare, behind-the-scenes footage, much of it never before seen, and we'll look back at the lengthy filmography of Monsterdom's bronze medals. Join us now for Retchasaur, the documentary. The Torahota Studio lot, as it is today, with a plastic statue of its savior outside the gates, is a far cry from how Torahota Studio looked in the early 1950s. Like all film studios at the time, Torahota suffered from the same restrictions placed on all Japanese movie studios during the American occupation after World War II. A string of mediocre samurai epics failed to keep the bills paid, and outside of a few niche market films, the studio was drowning in red ink, desperate for a hit to pull them out of the hole.
Things were bad as they could get, and my back was to the wall. Shit, I was pricing guns at the pawn shops. That's how bad shit was. We were practically burning money, making movies nobody was fucking paying attention to. So I go to the writers for an idea for a cheap-ass monster movie we could make.
And I know what the guy wanted. Something he could make on the cheap with rubber suits instead of that stop-motion garbage. I wrote the script for the first Retchasaur, so all we needed next was a good director.
They asked me first to, direct the first movie. I could see the boss's brother really wanted the job. They didn't exactly have to beat me over the head.
People have always said I got Retchasaur because of nepotism, but fuck them and the dicks they rode in on all right. I got the job because I had experience directing one of those fucking Gengar movies, and because I was the realest motherfucker in the room, and my brother and the studio suits knew that shit. So anyway, we started work on Retchasaur in total secrecy, closed set, the works. We didn't want those nosy pricks from the Gengar lot trying to fuck us up, jealous bastards and their stupid fucking stop-motion gorilla. So yes, I would do anything to help my brother save the studio and our jobs, including directing fucking Gengar.
Gengar, the incredible two-headed simian horror of the science.
Gengar the mutant gorilla was very popular with Japanese audiences, but the stop-motion puppetry used for the special effects was expensive and took months to produce mere minutes of footage, and was fast becoming a financial liability.
Yeah, fuck all that noise. Emmy and the crew here at Torahota, we were gonna pitch in and save the studio for my brother and our friend and blow Gengar the fuck out of the water.
The monster design team at Torahota Studio feverishly began work on pre-production design sketches, none of which was anything close to the final product. Some indeed were simply too horrifying, or difficult to design practically. A few test designs were tried on the Torahota TV series, Robot Nano, but the episodes were quickly pulled from air when several children died from fright.
We gave up trying to reinvent the wheel when a good friend, an industrial spy, told me the people over at Toho were doing this radioactive lizard movie, so that's where the special effects crew took the final design for Retchasaur. Hey man, don't let anyone lie to you. Monster suit work can be fucking deadly if you do the shit wrong, and we were still learning, unfortunately. For poor Shinji Nakamura, rest in peace. We were testing the breath weapon inside the suit's head, an old flamethrower someone used during Guadalcanal, and we thought we had the thing pretty well figured out, but the thing misfires. Poor Shinji roasted to death inside the suit. And a stagehand caught fire, but survived. I've seen the footage many times. Horrible.
Are we sure the flamethrower was gonna be safe? I mean, we thought it was, right? Hey, we fucked up big time.
The first actor, Shinji Nakamura, actually died in the suit. And like the white Kojo Takahashi. Whew, that head gets heavy. Look at the city go! The fire's really taking off now.
Koji Takahashi, an American-born, classically trained actor, jumped into the spot, determined to bring a new dimension to monster suit acting.
And he jumped on a plane from California about half an hour after I offered him the job.
Knew he wasn't getting a whole dump truck full of money, but took the job like it was the role of a lifetime, yo.
It was goddamn kismet. Koji Takahashi became Retchasaur, and he straight owned the role, and the camera just loved the shit out of this guy. We watched the dailies back, and they were so good. They ended up being used in TV spots for later use in the United States when we bring Retchasaur to America.
Retchasaur!
We started shooting around November 1953, wrapped production in March 1954, and had ourselves a finished movie ready for the marketplace.
We were all sweating bullets worrying about whether or not this Retchasaur was gonna even fly with audiences, cause it was sink or swim time.
The studio suits and creative St. Torahota had hit a home run. Retchasaur premiered on April 1st, 1954, selling hundreds of thousands of tickets, with some theaters running the feature 24 hours a day for many weeks.
Retchasaur saved his company, not just once either, but the first time was the foot in the goddamn door.
I was broke, yo. One day I got nervous and threw up at the dinner table, and that's how I got the idea.
Watch as Retchasaur pukes yellow radioactive sick over a
The
city
next
of
step
millions.
would snowball a low-budget monster movie into a pop culture legacy. When we continue, Retchasaur goes stateside.